Tip number 1 is to never change the amount of sugar you add in your dessert. So what you should do instead is you should change the amount of salt you add in order to reduce the sweetness. In order to save you guys time, I've listed all the time codes in the description below. I'll see you guys in that section. Tip number 2 is to never boil your gelatin, because boiling your gelatin will reduce its ability to set properly. And tip number 3 is to always bloom your gelatin in cold water, because using hot water or warm water will create lumps in your gelatin. Tip number 4, always bloom your gelatin for at least 5 to 10 minutes, regardless of how you're using it, in order to allow adequate time for the gelatin to bloom properly. So for the ingredients, I have 1 teaspoon of powdered gelatin, and then I have 1 tablespoon of cold water here. Okay, what if I don't have powdered gelatin? Well, you can use gelatin leaves, or what if I don't have both? Then you can use Agar Agar as a substitute. 1 powdered gelatin envelope equals to 3 to 4 gelatin leaves, and 1 teaspoon of powdered gelatin equals to 2 gelatin leaves. For Agar Agar, 1 tablespoon of powdered gelatin equals to 1 teaspoon of Agar Agar. If you guys need to reference the conversions, I'll also list them in the description below. If you guys are finding value in these tips and conversions so far, don't forget to like this video and comment below, what dessert are you using your bloomed gelatin for? If you guys are wondering what the water to gelatin ratios are, I've put the ratios here. So starting off, we're adding 1 tablespoon of cold water to the bowl. And then I'm going to add in the 1 teaspoon of powdered gelatin, which I mentioned before you can use leaf gelatin as well. So I'm going to level off the gelatin just to make sure I'm getting the precise amount. And then I'm just going to sprinkle it over the cold water. This prevents the gelatin from sticking together and creating lumps later on. Yep, so you can see I'm just sprinkling it onto the surface. And then now I'm going to give it a bit of a mix, just to make sure that all the gelatin is mixed in with the water and it's efficiently absorbing all the water. This creates a better result for when you melt the gelatin in your dessert. So you can see this is what it looks like right now. So this is what the gelatin leaves originally look like, but what I've done is I've basically cut them into 2 pieces. Now I'm putting it in the shallow plate and pouring in the cold water, ensuring that the gelatin leaves are covered, fully covered, but at the same time not flooded. This allows the gelatin to soak more evenly and there won't be hard gelatin later on. 10 minutes later. This is a powdered gelatin. You can pretty much pick it up with a spoon. And then you have the sheet gelatin that you just need to squeeze out the water and then use the sheet gelatin itself. And you can throw out the water. Now that the gelatin has been blooming for 10 minutes, you can use it for whatever dessert that you're using your gelatin for. And there's 2 methods to melt it. Number 1 is you can add it straight to the warm liquid, or the second method is you can melt it in the microwave by blitzing it for 5 seconds and then mixing it a bit and then blitzing it for 5 seconds again. There are some key differences between Agar Agar and gelatin. For gelatin, you want to use it for more lighter desserts and anything that requires a more elastic or light or delicate touch, such as custard. And for Agar Agar, so any dessert that requires it to keep shape in a warmer temperature or warmer environment, or anything that requires a more strong, firm feel, for example, fruit jelly. If you guys are looking for another video on how to whisk egg whites properly, click on the video link here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.